This is Coyote News.
The university has come out with their annual Security and Fire Safety Report. This contains information regarding campus safety and security, including topics such as campus law enforcement authority, crime reporting policies, and campus alerts. The report shows crime statistics for the 3 most recent calendar years concerning reported crimes that occurred on campus. For 2023, liquor law violation arrests decreased compared to previous years, but the number of violations referred for disciplinary action increased. Coyote News' Parker Orr is live in the muck with the university's chief of police to learn more about the report. Parker?
Thanks, Sander. I'm live with Chief Jackson to discuss the annual Safety and Security Report. Chief Jackson, there was a decrease in liquor arrests for violations this year, but there was an increase in disciplinary actions for liquor violations. What could be the cause of this change?
Yeah, I think part of it really is we're just seeing less students out and about with alcohol around campus. So those numbers would also include non-students as well. But really looking at the increase in disciplinary referrals more than likely comes from resident assistance and infractions occurring inside the residence halls themselves.
And then 18 sexual assaults were reported in the 23 term. There haven't been any reported this year. Could this be due to any actions the university and its police department have taken over the last year?
Yeah, I think we've really worked really well collaboratively, so doing some changes this year. So bringing that sexual assault prevention programming into Welcome Week, I think, is a huge step. Something the student body had really advocated for, and so working with student services, really able to make that change. Coupling that with, just an increase in prevention programming, increase in awareness, resource availability and things like that. I think we've really done some great strides to making resources available. And really hoping that we can get our victim survivors the resources that they need, so they can work on their path forward and then ultimately persist through to graduation.
And then North Complex is stated as having a partial sprinkler system, unlike the other residence halls. What does this entail, and is it just as safe as the other residence halls when it comes to fire prevention and safety?
Yeah, absolutely. So a detailed question for our fire safety officer, so Scott Potworth. But really, it looks at the placement of some of those extinguishers, whether the wet suppression system is actually inside the dorm room themselves, inside the hallway. Some of those things, really, that semantics, breaking down that language. But absolutely, just as safe as any other residence hall.
And then, how can students report violations as well as incidents they report on campus while being safe in doing so?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. If you live on campus, your resident advisor, the hall director, the dean of the student's office, the university police department, Title IX, the list goes on, right? So really just trying to provide a plethora of individuals, whoever you might feel, most safe reporting to, that option is what's, available and ready for you. That could look like the Student Counseling Center as another example. So really there's just a long list. But ultimately, the university police department's on campus 24/7. Willing to help and assist, in any type of situation.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chief Jackson. Live for Coyote News, I'm Parker Orr.
Thanks, Parker. The full version of USD's annual Security and Fire Safety Report can be found online.